What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy during this pandemic. It's so incredibly crazy, but I want you guys to know that our whole county, state pretty much is in stay at home order. So that's exactly what I'm doing. And quite frankly, it's killing me. It's boring. It's completely boring. So I thought I'd upload a video. If you own an F Type, anywhere from like 2014 on up or so, I want to show you guys exactly how you can jumpstart it, how you can get into the vehicle, so on and so forth. And, you know, a lot of people may know it, but hopefully it will help someone out there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So first off, we went ahead and cleaned out the garage. So now it's actually sitting inside the garage, which is awesome. The battery is not dead on this F Type, but I'm just going to walk through the ropes. So first off, you got the key. Now I'm going to try and do it with one hand, and it's kind of hard to do with the camera in one hand as well. But you see this little arrow right here? You're going to want to push up like that, so where it's offset. And that's the first step. You open it up and then you see the key inside there. It's kind of like a little flat key right there. So once this is open, what you want to do is just gently slide this flat key out like so. And you're going to put this remote down since you don't need it anymore. There is the flat key that you need to open the door. And now, again, I'm trying to do this with one hand, but this little lever opens up right here, so you gain more access to the flat key. So it will look something like this once you open up that lever. So it's kind of cool because what you can do is you can use that little lever as like kind of a handle to help you turn the lock cylinder once you insert it. Now, this is the kind of tricky part. One thing that I want to tell you, so when the battery is dead, this door handle is not going to open all the way, okay? So you open it, and I'm trying not to get it to open since this battery is not dead. Open it like so, and then you see that key emblem right there. It tells you exactly where that lock cylinder is. So you want to keep it open, and underneath you see that lock cylinder there. You want to go ahead and insert this key right here. Now, I want to say something because I'm doing this by myself, so it's kind of hard to do it while I'm holding the camera, and you have to hold that door handle open. But basically what you want is the face on my Jag, the face of this key or the lever actually stays downward, and then you'll have to turn it to the right in order to unlock the door. Now, I don't know if every Jag is like this. I don't know if the lock cylinder is facing the same identical way to where this key is cut and the lever faces down and then you turn to the right. I'm not too entirely sure. If y'all know, please comment down below, but just be careful. This is the way that I do. Now, one other thing that I want to let you know and warn you guys of, since it's such a tight space to work with this door handle slightly open and this lever goes down, once you insert the key into that lock cylinder, this lever is very close to the paint. So while you're turning it, make sure that this lever is not up against your paint, and as you turn it, it scratches your paint. So once you have that key inserted into the lock cylinder, it's gonna look exactly like this, or it may be a little different if your lock cylinder is keyed differently. Again, I'm not too sure, but make sure you're not scratching this paint here. All right, so bear with me since I'm trying to hold the camera. You wanna unlock it and turn it the way that it needs to be turned, but make sure that that key is fully inserted. You hear that? All right, so since my car is not dead, actually, the battery is good, the car alarm started going off. That won't happen in your case, but keep in mind that once you start supplying power to either the front modules, which I'm about to show you, or the battery in the back in the trunk, then the alarm very well may go off. And you want to have the remote close by so that way it's not blaring in your ears or disturbing your neighbors, whomever, for a very long time. So there's two ways that we can jumpstart this vehicle or supply power to this vehicle. Also, there's kind of technically a third way that we can do it, but in my experience, it's happened only when the battery is like completely shot. It is gone. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through those two plus the third way, I guess. So the door's open, right? So you wanna go ahead, go into the door. You can pop the hood, which the lever is right down here. Go ahead and open the hood carefully, like so. I'll walk over to the passenger side of the vehicle. You see that little red cap on the plus sign? This is right next to your passenger side headlight. You want to pop this open by grabbing both sides open. Once you take this little cap here, it will uncover this kind of pole type thing that you can clamp a jumper cable to or your jump box to. Now, if you look slightly up right here, that is your negative pole right there. So you can go ahead and hook up your black clamp to that pole right there. Again, all of this is on the passenger side of the vehicle, mainly closest to your passenger side headlamp, and then it's just kind of works a little ways up from there. Again, guys, I don't really need to do this. My battery is fine, but I thought it would be a good video to upload, and maybe it might help someone that owns an F Type like mine and in the year range, and you know, kind of get you guys up and running, at least to go to the dealership so you don't have to pay for a tow or anything like that. All right, so next step, you can go ahead and grab your jump box, trickle charger, whichever you're trying to do here. And like I said, the red handle goes to the red junction box or the power distribution box module, whichever you know it as. And then the black will go to that negative pole right there, the ground. So once you're done, it will look something like this. Now, whatever you're dealing with, whether it's a trickle charger or a jump box, go ahead and follow your specific instructions on the jump box or on the trickle charger to get you up and running, which should supply enough power to the vehicle so you can get inside it and crank it up. Now, if that doesn't work, then what you can do is, since you have the vehicle unlocked, you can open up the trunk and access the battery and plug your trickle charger or the jump box directly to the battery itself, which may help your case a little bit if the battery is really far gone. Again, guys, I can't stress this enough, but my battery is not dead, so the automatic gate will open. But if you're dealing with a dead battery, you'll have to manually push this gate up in the back. The motor will not work for you. And don't worry, it's fine for the motor as long as you don't continue to do it up and down, because obviously there's no other way that you get into the rear of the vehicle without lifting it up manually, since there's no power at all. All right, so this is where it kind of gets hard, and I hope you guys can see it well. So the gate is lifted, obviously. Now, there's panels in the back, and you can't really see it, but there's panels in the back here. You want to lift this one up first, and it will look like so. Push it all the way back, and this panel kind of looks like this. Bring it out into some light. So if you want to just go ahead and push it back further into your trunk space, then there's another panel off to the side right here. All right, so now you have, and again, I apologize if it's hard to see, but to the left of all this, this is your tire, in case you get a flat tire, your tire tools, roadside assistant tools, whatever, your lug nuts. You have your tow hook right there. And if you don't have a front license plate, then you have that right there. Typically, you won't have a cigarette lighter. All right, so to the left of this, there is another panel like such. The lever for that left panel right here is this little handle in here, okay? So you want to lift it up a little bit so that way you can gain access to a little crack right here. Lift it up gently, and all of that panel pops up. You want to set that aside, and there is your battery. Now, this is your positive terminal, and you look all the way in there, and there is your negative terminal. Try and face that the right way. There you go. And what you want to do is take this by pressing these two so you don't break those clamps, and it comes off so easy. Hook up your positive jumper cable, trickle charger, whichever you're dealing with, again, to the positive, and negative to the negative, and go ahead, jump start the vehicle. So whatever you're dealing with, whether it's a jump box or a trickle charger that you're hooking up directly to the battery, the clamps are going to look something like this. You got the red, the positive on the positive, and then the negative on the negative, which is the black, the ground, however you know it as. So one thing I want to note, if you're watching this video before you actually do any of this, this will be kind of a lifesaver. If you don't have a jump box or you don't have a trickle charger, try to get smaller clamps for both the positive and the negative terminals, because if you're trying to get into the back where the battery is located, the negative terminal is pretty hard to get to because it's tucked away in the back. So if you have this big old bulky clamp that you're trying to get into, most likely it will not work because the clamps won't grab enough meat on that negative terminal to actually do any justice. And there you have it. Now your F-Type should start. That third way that I want to show you real quick, if the battery is completely 100% dead, you haven't driven it in quite a while, you didn't have a trickle charger hooked up in the meantime to keep some juice going through the computer and whatnot, it's pretty simple if you think about it. So what I had to do is I actually had to hook up a jumper box or jumper cables from another vehicle to the computer box here, or the junction box, however you know it, by the fuse box, whichever. Okay, so I had to hook up cables to here, both the positive to the positive and then the negative to this negative terminal there. And walking to the back here, I had to do the same to the battery back here. So I had to hook up the jump box to the battery directly. Now, you may not have to do this in your case, but in my case, the vehicle was unfortunately sitting for a little while too long, and I had to get both the modules going and the battery going in order to get enough juice to crank up the vehicle. So keep in mind that in some cases, you may have to hook up both on the junction box or the fuse box up in front, as well as the battery directly. Of course, once that's been sitting and charging for a little while, you want to come into your vehicle here, press on the brake, press that start button, and voila, you should be good to go. I don't know if this is going to help you or not. If you own an F-Type, I appreciate you watching, and I hope this helps someone get into their vehicle when the battery is dead. Maybe even save some money on a tow or roadside assistance call, so on and so forth. So I'm bored, I'm bored sitting here at home. I may just go out and do another video, who knows, but I hope this helps someone. I appreciate you guys so much for the support. We already hit 100 subs. Yes, it doesn't seem like a lot with a lot of other YouTubers hitting like 100,000 and so on and so forth, but it means the world to me, so thank you so much for this. And again, I hope this helps someone. Until next time, guys, peace and stay safe.